Hello everyone, this is Oblique again. This is Chocobo Panic Space Part 2. Hopefully I can pick up that green pickup. I've been trying to get it, and for some reason I just can't figure it out. It's really not that difficult of a puzzle. I guess I'm just rushing it a little bit too much. Yeah, for the most part, the pickups in this game really aren't terribly hard to find. They, there we go. So you grab it, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can do that. You exit the stage, and then you have it. Yeah, so again, they're usually not that difficult to find. Some of them are pretty convoluted spaces, but we'll worry about that when we get there. So this is the last one. This is the red chocobo, which is the hard stage. As you can see, it's this whole area is surrounded by traps.
Oh no!
And again, if you're not careful, you'll kill yourself pretty quickly. But I guess it's best to die at the beginning, so you're not really starting over from absolute scratch. But yeah, the hard levels can range from ridiculous to not so bad. Some of them are again pretty bad. I think one of these moves, and you use it to block. There it is. Because you need to get over there, and you can't get over there without trapping this thing. It's way too fast. This corridor is way too long. But yeah, that's where the red pickup is. So see, that one wasn't as convoluted, but it was still in a tricky spot. You have to, figure out that one block is movable. It is identical to the other ones. So yeah, you just have to keep looking all over the place, and some of them are in pretty much plain sight, but they just have like a corner of it showing underneath a tile. So yeah, they're usually not too bad to find. A couple of them are really intricate, and I kind of like them because they kind of go beyond the boundaries of just making you look all over the place, and I need to be more careful. So yeah, this level in particular, I think, is a lot harder, even though it is the first hard level, than some of them later on. Yeah, the difficulties of the levels aren't usually, they aren't always harder as you increase the difficulty, but it usually is the case. Sometimes enemies are faster, sometimes there's more enemies. Again, you saw all those traps, all these holes that I'm trying to carefully navigate around. There are plenty of power coins, so it's really difficult to... There we go. Finally. It is pretty difficult to run out of those as you're running around. But I usually try to save them for when the enemies are really ganging up on me. So yeah, now you can see that now that I have 3 stars, this level and this level are open. And once I get the 4th one, this one will open up, and so on. These aren't really that restrictive because 20 stars is actually pretty easy to get. You just saw me go through all 3 difficulties on the first level, so. Oh yeah, the music selection for this game is fantastic in my opinion. I love Super Metroid, and I love the music from it, and it's where a lot of this music comes from, and it's what the theme of this level is. I mean, you can see the little Metroid sprites, the enemies. It's just overall, this is very well put together. The mapping is fantastic. Oh, and here's a little thing. You can move this up and down, and you need to manipulate it so you can get crystals on different levels. Oh boy! And as far as I know, most enemies don't really. They're all standard. They just look different. You know, anything that moves at a different speed is just, you know, it just moves at a different speed. None of them can trap you or do anything special. For the most part, they just follow you around and try to make your day miserable. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm going to try to make these videos clean. Oh, make it good. And I'll try to keep swearing to a minimum. I can't promise anything, and I don't actually know if I have said anything that isn't exactly kosher yet, but again, I'll try to keep it to a minimum. I'll try to keep this as family friendly as possible. But again, I can't promise anything. I can sometimes get really frustrated with this game. There have been times where I've ranted and raved and caused quite a bit of noise. So this is one thing that, you know, I find kind of difficult. Is you have to sometimes bait the enemies, get them to move out of your way, and get out of those narrow areas. Okay, I've got 3 more. Where are you? Where have I been? Oh. Yeah, sometimes this happens. I try to be as thorough as possible and try to completely clean out an area before I move on to another one, but I'm not always paying perfect attention. So, got another one. Hopefully finish this level out. I guess the first video was mostly taken up by the intro sequence. But, yeah, you also start at the same point on each difficulty, so a lot of the difficulties overlap with one another, which I like that. I think it's okay. I don't know. I think the way that this is mapped out, the intricacy of it is very, very, very well done. I guess, I mean, it's probably not terribly difficult to, you know, make big levels like this and then just cut off certain areas, but seeing as there's, you know, each level is the same, you know, they're all the same levels, you have to figure out how many crystals each one. And I think, you know, I respect the maker for how much work he put into this and making it as clean and polished as possible. Again, you know, it's not without mistakes. I already showed off. I mean, I don't know if you should be able to go behind that, but there are a few areas where you can walk off the ladder and you can just walk off into nothing. You know. Yeah, it takes a little bit of timing here. Yeah, if you fall into those spikes and you will die. I know I just saw an energy sphere there. I should get that before I make a mistake. Oh, and there's 2 Metroids. I guess they're on a date or something over there. It's another thing I really like is the animations on the side. Again, I know what I'm doing, so I should be able to do this pretty quickly, but if you notice, there's these 2 blocks here, and you can walk down here, and next to the Chocobo statue, there's your green pickup. So yeah, you do have to pay attention sometimes to try to find all of the pickups and stuff. So, yeah, just keep your eyes open. That's probably one of the hardest ones. I remember looking for that one. It took me, I don't know, probably half an hour to find it when I first played through. Come on. Man, these things are jerks. Is there a power coin anywhere? Oh, make it. You can get cornered, but there are a lot of different ways to escape the enemies. Yeah, so it's not as easy to get cornered as, you know, the classic Pac-Man. even though there are more enemies, there's a lot more space to move. So yeah. Also, one thing that I thought the first time I played it, you know, each higher level chocobo can open the other areas. Like the green one can open the yellow area, but it can't. I'm running into it right now and it won't open. So I think that's the last one. Yep. So yeah, even though you do go to a different chocobo, you don't get increasingly bigger levels. So I think if we finish this hard one, we can call this a video. This will get a little bit monotonous because, for the most part, you are exploring a lot of the same area in the beginning until you get to the sections that are closed off to that specific chocobo. I'm not gonna risk it. I like as well. I think if I remember correctly, in the original Pac-Man, you can just keep up picking up power pellets even if you're already you already have one and it's already being used. In this game, the power coins disappear while you have it, so you're not wasting them. Again, it's not really a huge deal, but I think it's one of the little things that I consider to be polished. I have to remember where the pickup is in this level. No, I remember. It's right over here. So you pick that up, and then you can teleport. It takes you back to right here. Yeah, the hard levels do get harder. Some of the enemies are cheap, and they can walk over those green platforms, even though they're not there. I guess it can kind of make sense. Maybe they're flying creatures. If I remember correctly from Metroid, I think they can fly. But yeah, it's neither here nor there. Oh, come on. Oh well, I've got a energy sphere. So yeah, I tend to be a little reckless in the beginning of levels. Now that I'm a little over halfway, I try to be a bit more careful so I don't have to start over. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think of things to talk about. Yeah, like I said, I probably will Let's Play the other two. It took me, honestly, a long time to find the second one and the first one. The first one took me a really long time because it is a pretty old game, and the first one is not on RPGmaker.net right now. I have requested for him to post it so I can actually review it for him. But yeah, it's very clear that as time goes on, this guy gets much better at programming it. He took a lot more time to actually polish these games up, balance the difficulty. You know, he definitely took his time and took care to actually make this into a manageable game. The first one is, you know, it can be nearly impossible from time to time because some of the enemies, you know, move as fast as you do, and the only way you can avoid them is by using various teleports or throughout the level. And yeah, it's really difficult. I'm actually almost done with it. I have not beaten most of it. But I think what will happen is I'll probably do a Let's Try, not a full Let's Play, because it is extremely difficult, and I would be, you know, wasting a lot of time making really long videos. We're coming up on the 15-minute mark. Oh, maybe I got 20 more to go. Where'd that last guy go? Okay, I guess it's not there. and of course I get killed right at the end there. Alright, well I'll try that again. Hopefully I have better luck and I'm a little bit more patient because I'm not constrained by time. Again, this is Oblik, and this is Let's Play Chocobo Panic Space Part 2, and I'll see you again in Part 3.